It's almost been 2 months since the Naturalist update released, and we've seen what Rockstar has added for the majority of the drip feed cycle, with only about a month left of new legendary animals set to release. Most folks, I'm sure, have formed an opinion immediately on the update, but I want to visit this topic with you all now in this community video showcasing what players really think of the Naturalist update in Red Dead Online. Did it meet expectations? Did it exceed expectations? Was it total garbage? We're going to be talking about it all in this video. Massive shout out to everyone who participated in my community post and took time out of their day to give their own genuine response on it. It took a ton of time, but I really enjoyed reading all of the 560 plus comments on your thoughts. There's so many diverse opinions, so hopefully this video reflects that and captures the same energy. So if you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So coming in with our first response from the Doopy Dude. I want to be an outlaw. I don't want to work for some weird vegan snowflake lady. Coming out of the gate, very strong right here. But he's right. Harriet's absolutely insane. And between getting sprayed by her and all of these things, it almost just feels completely unnecessary. We just want to rob banks, trains, stagecoaches, all of that stuff at the end of the day. Yes, we have an online story mission, which you do a bank heist, but it's not nearly as incredible as the heist in GTA Online. Yes, there are stranger missions where you can rob stagecoaches and kidnap people from stagecoaches. Not the same thing. You have to be in a mission and it's not just in free roam whenever you want. So I totally get where he's coming from. I think dealing with Harriet is one of the last things people wanted for this update. PG Multimaster says, I think they should hurry up and put something in that is worth our while, like heists. Humming a similar tune here. Players want heists. They want big content like that, whether it's heists or some other form of large-scale, long-form content. It seems like legendary animals isn't necessarily scratching that itch that people have for something that is necessarily worth their while when they come home from work and they have limited time to play. The Naturalist update may not be that thing. Jacques Music says, the only thing I've ever liked out of this update is Mercy Kill. So what he's referring to is the Mercy Kill feature in the free roam. Now Rockstar has actually added that. They said they listened to fan feedback, which they did, and they added in the option to Mercy Kill animals. That way, if you shoot a 3-star animal with like basically a fatal or a deadly shot, and the animal doesn't die right away, it just kind of stumbles around and bleeds out, you don't need to wait for it. If you stomp on it, you'll ruin the pelt. If you shoot it again, you'll also decrease the star quality. So having this Mercy Kill option is good, and you also get high honor for it. So that's his favorite part out of this update. Slade Bonch says, I never wanted to shoot an NPC in the face so badly in my life. I totally get you, brother. I really thought Cripps was the most annoying online character. Marcel is my homie. Say what you want about my boy Marcel. He's great. Lem is pretty cool. Maggie's alright. Cripps I really didn't like. He smells, he's old. Obviously he hates my husky, so I hate him. But man, Harriet, she is like a whole new level of crazy. Between the unnecessary spraying with the animal mace and all this other stuff, I just don't want to deal with her ever. I'm just trying to hunt my legendary animals, and she's always upset for some reason. Get her out of the game. Anthony Mario says, I play Red Dead to be a gunslinging outlaw or a dead-eye sheriff with friends, not to be a part-time and anti-social hippie. I get you there as well. You know, I'm one of the players who does enjoy the smaller scale lobbies and private lobbies and solo lobbies and things like that, but at the same time, I do really want to be a gunslinging outlaw and a dead-eyed sheriff, and not having that type of content in the game is really frustrating, especially when Rockstar wants to add all these different types of collecting into the game, digging in the dirt. Now you can hunt legendary animals, which is fun, but it may get boring for some really fast. We just don't have a lot of high energy content. Bounty hunting and the Moonshine story missions are really the highest energy content, or DLC content for that matter, that we've had in this game, besides the normal online story missions. I think people are getting sick of picking flowers, going hunting, and digging in the dirt for collectibles. Whizzle says, one sentence to sum it up. They fixed animal spawns, called it a roll. That's it. You know, he's really saying it how it is, folks. Not sugarcoating it. He's right. They did fix animal spawns, which is something we all wanted here, but then they kind of made a roll around it and tried to make it seem more grand than it was. And of course, now that we've had this update for about 2 months, I kind of agree with that. Is it going to make me stop playing? No, because I absolutely love this game and I've always been addicted to it, but that's pretty much what it is. Fixed animal spawns and Rockstar called it a roll. Chili says, it's fun when you start, but it gets boring really quick. Also very true. This update, I feel like every update for this game so far has been pretty hype when you jump right in, but then quickly it loses its magic. Many players get bored, and you could see that here on YouTube. You could see it on Twitch. Just the general vibe of the game, people start to lose interest pretty fast. The players who want fun content and only return for new fun content, they lose interest really fast. And even the players who stick with the game honestly just want something new to release because they've been playing the same content over and over. And the Naturalist, I feel like, doesn't have that longevity to last through. If we have a long break before new content, that's going to be an issue. Rockstar has said that we have a new update coming later this year, but who knows if there's going to be any other delays because 2020 has been absolutely crazy. So I really hope that's not the case. Chili, thank you for your response. It's Oni says the only enjoyment out of this trash fire is that animals came back with legendary variations. Other than that, man, this update was whack. And again, same thing. Seems like he likes legendary animals, and that's a unique addition. But besides that, Oni clearly doesn't like what's going on here in game. You guys can all have your own opinions. We're here to talk about them. These are all the unique opinions that you guys have in the comments. And again, I feel like it reflects all different facets of the community, whether you're a PvE player, PvP player, you really just like hunting, so you love this update, etc., or you just like bounty hunting, so you really like shooting enemies, things like that. Everyone likes their own thing here. Aubrey Sandiford says, honestly, I just treat it as an extension to the trader role. On one hand, you can see it as a step up to the trader role where you're hunting bigger game and earning way more, as well as collecting trophies to show off your work. But if the trader role didn't exist, this role would be a lot worse. And, you know, I have to agree with Aubrey here. The biggest thing for me, and the reason that I'm having so much fun with the Naturalist update and the Naturalist role, is the fact that I'm combining it with the trader to earn a ton of money by selling my 100 goods long distance for $625 basically every single day. Every 3.5 hours I'm doing this, and it's made so easy with the Naturalist. I didn't bother with trader before, but now I do. If it was just the Naturalist, I honestly wouldn't even bother hunting these legendary animals because I'm not getting enough money selling the samples. Of course, if I was selling the stamps for Harry, that would be a different issue, but that's almost like collecting things at this point. Selling the pelts and the carcasses, especially the free roam legendary animals to Gus, they're not that worth it. I just put everything into trader. I donate everything to Crips, and that way I can make the most money for these pelts. I just do the sighting missions over and over to get the materials. We have tips and tricks on that here on the channel. So I completely agree with Aubrey here. Without trader, the Naturalist would be a lot worse, I think. And that's something we can all be appreciative for, is the fact that we can combine it with trader to get even more out of the Naturalist update. Devil Black says, to be honest, the update was kind of copy and paste, but we did thirst for anything new, so we took it. In reality though, it's absolute trash. When my friends got the game, I was kind of embarrassed to show them what they can do after all the story missions. That made me realize how crappy it actually is. They were used to different stuff. I do agree though, it is copy and paste. This stuff is in the story mode. I mean, you have the animal compendium in the story mode. Rockstar called it the animal field guide in Red Dead Online. We were all begging for new content, and I think we were happy to finally get something. I don't think this truly lived up to expectations in the sense that we were hoping for more grand content after such a long wait, but of course, what would we expect from Rockstar? They took that long of a break for a reason, and they came back with, I would say, nearly the bare minimum kind of update people would expect after basically an 8-month wait. It kind of sucks when you see your friends try and play this game. Like, I want to get my IRL friends involved in this game, and they just hear negative thing after negative thing on it, and I really don't want them to think that way because I want them to try it out, enjoy it, play with me on streams, and just, in general, play with me, right? But they're used to other games that get consistent content updates. The devs interact with the community, they care about it, they put on in-game events, and they certainly didn't disappear for the better half of a year, even now with everything going on in the world. Gabe Fuentes says, although it didn't add much, it must be noted that a lot of the spawning issues that stopped people from playing were fixed with the Naturalist update. And that's true. That was one of the biggest things moving forward from the Moonshiners that broke, was animals weren't spawning. I mean, we had that issue a long time before with Frontier Pursuits. That's when it really became an issue, and that's when people started noticing it because of the trader role, and they couldn't actually stock up materials to produce goods and things like that. So Rockstar finally fixed it with the Naturalist update, and that was one of the things that I think every single person wanted, was fix animal spawns, fix animal spawns, fix animal spawns. Rockstar finally acknowledged it in February of this year, and then they finally fixed it with the Naturalist. And that's about it. Grateful for that. I was hoping they would do more with the Naturalist update, if that makes sense. Now, Red came in with a comment, when can I rob banks and trains? This is the interest that players have, Rockstar. You gotta listen up. You gotta add something like this. You have heists in GTA Online, and of course, I would like to see a different spin on it in Red Dead Online. And of course, it can't be copy and paste. You need to structure it in different ways. I don't want to deal with any of those loading screens. I don't want to deal with chapters. I would love to have like a 1, 2, 3 hour long type of robbery where things go wrong and you gotta fight to the death and all these different things, almost like a raid you would see from other games. But Rockstar, this is what the players want to see, and I'm surprised after all the success of heists in GTA Online. You didn't come out swinging with this game, and you still haven't 2 years later almost, basically, and still no heists in this game. And who knows, is it even going to be an next-gen thing at this point? Are they just going to keep putting in low-effort roles, or are we ever going to get this type of thing in the game? I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Gage Rage, my amazing mod on Twitch, said, an amazing addition to the grind, which I absolutely agree with good drip feed, but they added Harriet, so 0 out of 10. So true. Dude, I cannot stand Harriet. That's the running joke on stream. I absolutely can't stand her. I thought Crips was bad. Harriet is way worse. As a Red Dead Online grinder, yes, the Naturalist update really helped with the multitasking, with the money making, and all of that. And honestly, the legendary animal drip feed has been pretty fun. It's cool tuning in every Tuesday to see kind of what animal was added, what new changes have been added to the game. And I feel like they've added a bunch of unique animals, but there is a lot to be desired in terms of how they did it, the structure of the missions, and it's still sort of repetitive, especially when some of these sighting missions they add in can end in like 2 seconds, and you barely get taken on a journey or adventure at all. Now, Owen Bruno says the game is fun to come back to every once in a while, just for gameplay and setting for me, but there's not too much holding it all together. There needs to be more real content, not just random discounts on hats and one reskin version of an animal every week or so. That's something I agree with. I feel like in this game, we're missing the why. Why do players play Red Dead Online? Other games, they give you an enemy and some type of boss that you need to fight, and there's a threat to the population of a game, or, you know, maybe that's more of an MMO kind of game with lore and story. You know, FPS games, you're grinding for like camouflages or ranks or things like that. In this game, everything you do, all the time you sink into, turns into money or gold, and then you buy things. And I feel like that grind is a lot less rewarding than Rockstar could make it. And of course, Rockstar isn't doing it to make the game have a rewarding grind. They're giving you a rewarding enough grind so you hopefully don't quit the game and never come back. But it's to encourage people to buy shark cards in GTA and buy gold bars in Red Dead Online. It all leads into that, and that's why we see the monetization and like the gameplay reward structure that we see. So I think Owen's really hitting it on it right there. We need more stuff to hold this game all together. We have different things, but there's not a lot of synergy unless you're just talking about the roles. I feel like you can multitask with the roles really well, but that's about it. Why are you doing the roles? What's the reason to do all these different activities besides just gold and money? I don't feel like we have an answer to that. Gabe says, I was hoping for cloaks, more variations of legendary animal coats like vests, hats, boots, etc. I'm happy he brought up the animal cloaks. That was the one thing in the Naturalist. When I heard that we were getting legendary animals, I was like, oh my god, are we finally going to get those cloaks in the game from the story, like the panther cloak and all of those? Guess what? Every single enemy you fight with the animal poacher missions and during legendary animal sighting missions and all that, any of the enemies that have to do with the Naturalist update are all wearing these animal cloaks. Like 99% of them are wearing these cloaks, but we ourselves as players and our characters cannot wear these cloaks. I was hoping, okay, well, we didn't get it day one. We're gonna get it at some point in the drip feed cycle, right? Kind of like a Poncho would release. Nope, we didn't get that either. And who knows? I don't know if we ever will. I really wish we could wear these cloaks because I have so many outfit ideas, but alas, we still cannot do that yet. And like you said, we don't have different types of vests and hats and boots. We have some that were available for sale, I guess, that you could buy if you guys want to go check them out. But there's not so many there. There's only a few, and we didn't get many additions since then. Elizabeth says, the best part is the legendary animals and the horses, in my opinion. I think that's great. Yes. Again, I love tuning in each week to see the new legendary animals. We've touched on that. And also the Gypsy Cob horse is a fantastic roll horse here in Red Dead Online. It's definitely up there with the Norfolk Roadster. It's up there with the Criollo, and I probably prefer the Gypsy Cob over the Breton and the Cladribber, but that's just because of the fact that the Gypsy Cob, again, as a roll horse, is a very confident creature, has a ton of health, has a ton of stamina, and any new horse they've added to the game, I have liked it more than I've not liked it, obviously, and the Gypsy Cob is definitely no exception there. Gypsy Cob is a great horse, and I highly recommend you guys buy it here. Last comment that we're going to talk about in this video, Drummer Dude says, I didn't get to enjoy it hardly at all thanks to the servers constantly crashing on me on PS4, and that's something Rockstar really hasn't worked out to fix. They said that they're going to be coming out with a patch update, and they'll keep us up to date with kind of any changes and when we can expect it, and they haven't let us know since. We've had smaller updates on PC, but nothing really for Xbox One or PS4 players. I'm getting a ton of disconnect issues right now ever since they rolled back that patch, because if you guys remember, the Naturalist update released, then they added a patch that basically broke the game and reverted that patch. to the original Naturalist update, title update. And now since then, we've had smaller hotfixes. And with those hotfixes, I'm getting more disconnect errors whenever I start a legendary mission for the first time in that lobby, when I start a legendary bounty, sometimes switching lobbies. That also happens as well. Sometimes I'll just switch lobbies and spawn at my camp so I can save money on fast travel. I'll also disconnect in those loading screens. Again, drummer, I'm not on PS4 as much anymore. I'm on PC, but those same things are happening. And I really wish Rockstar would sort out those issues soon. This game has always had disconnect errors, and it's 2020 now. I don't know how this is happening. People have good internet connection, low ping, high upload, high download speeds, open NAT type, using Ethernet connection. The internet is stable. I don't know why people disconnect so much in this game. It is Rockstar's poor networking infrastructure for Red Dead Online. I promise you guys, it's not your connection. So we're gonna wrap up the video there. Again, major shout out and thank you to everyone who took the time to respond to my question posted in the community tab section. Lots more to come on the channel here in the future. And also thank you so much for 130,000 plus subscribers here on YouTube, 7,000 followers on Twitter, and we've almost smashed 20,000 followers on Twitch. There have been like so many milestones we've reached in the past basically week, and I honestly cannot thank you all enough. Y'all are absolute legends. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Red Dead Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, and even Rockstar games as a whole. We'll be sure to keep you guys up to date with updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on all three of those websites, and you can feel free to strike up a conversation and even ask me a question. Whatever it may be, though, you can follow me at Hazardous HDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.